Hello, hello. Welcome back to me doing Blender. I am not calling this Make and Break. We're going to make a new segment today. I'm going to call this the Perfect Post. So on Sundays, just because of the chaos with Red's Rabbit Hole later tonight, I didn't want to stack myself all the way up until 6 o'clock, take an hour break, and then do 7 o'clock. So now we're going to do a new segment. I'm calling it the Perfect Post. And the goal is just to make the perfect 3D Instagram post. We're going to practice all of our Blender skills here. And it's just going to be a really concise, light experience before the chaos later today. It also means that my YouTube uploads will be a little bit more standardized because I'll have 2 for the day instead of 3 for the day. And the 3 was messing up the format because it was nice and every other one was Blender, but stopped being that way for a little bit. So yeah, we're here. Let me throw on some music, and then I'm going to hit you with what are we doing today. Also, if my webcam deactivates randomly, it started doing that today. Luckily, I've been kind of toying around with it for about an hour, but who knows. Anyway, what are we doing? Well, I got a little hidden reference image up here. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? We're gonna make a Keyblade. We're gonna make the best Keyblade, Oathkeeper. If you try and tell me that Oblivion is a better Keyblade than Oathkeeper, you're crazy. Oblivion is boring. I think there are contenders for best Keyblade that are not Oathkeeper. Eye Gazer is very cool. But this is it today. This is what we're doing today. So we're going to make this thing. In addition to making this, we're going to try doing a little bit of UV unwrapping and texturing for the very first time. And that might go poor. Who knows? I'm not going to pretend to know how it's going to go. But anyway, let's get into it. So there is a lot of angles to kind of take this thing. There's going to be a lot of thinking to do today. So I don't want to get too caught up yet. What I will say is I think we want to start with a cube. Let's go ahead and move this over. I'm actually going to rotate it a little bit as well. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, we got it nice and straight up in the air. I can make all of the measurements 0 because why not? I'm allowed to do whatever I want. Okay, cool. So we got it just chilling over here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this guy and I'm gonna rotate him 45 degrees. We're gonna make it real small. And this is gonna be our starting point. To anybody who's following up on the last stream where I said that we were gonna be working on the food cart today, I just kind of decided that it was done. Like, there's some material editing that we can do for it, but it's stuff that, one, I might not just be able to finish today. And 2, like, it's not really enough for a stream, in my opinion. I understand there's people that might want to see that, but it's kind of boring. I figured we would do something a little bit more interesting instead. So if that's kind of a sacrifice or whatever, I apologize. We can think about maybe trying to remedy that at some point, but I don't think anybody's gonna be too beat out of proportion for us not doing that. All right, I think I'm doing this definitely the wrong way. Hold on. Let's bring the reference all the way over. No. We want just the reference. Excuse Excuse me. The weather has been changing every week. It will not stop. It's driving me crazy. So I'm a little bit of a sneezy boy. As I was a couple of weeks ago. It's all because of this weather. Alright, so here is basically where we want to be, right there. So if I go to edit, that's alright to me. Alright. I think we want to take this bad boy all the way to the bottom. All the way down here. In fact, I'll take it all the way down there. And then we'll grab just that. Bring this up to about here. And we'll get to work on it. Alright, actually, let's go ahead and move our reference image directly on top of this thing. There we go. We'll do it like that. I think I can really make it work like this. This is probably what I should have done from the beginning. Okay. So we got you. We're going. So let's go ahead and wireframe. We're going to be using wireframe for a lot of this. And I want to scale it in. It's sort of gross that it's a perfect little, perfect square. That's pretty not cool. But we'll get there. Alright, so if I select all of you and I bring you down to size, we can get it pretty exact, honestly. Alright. So, some of the difficulty here. Let's put a guy right there. And we'll scale you down. Like that. And we're just going to keep going along this mentality. I should be using orthographic for all this. Dare I say that one looks good enough? Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of rounding later. Oh, wow, that looks pretty good. If I bring it down just a little bit, we're there. I could round that out and make it look nice, but otherwise, that looks pretty good. Come up to you. This one comes in just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just like that. Yep. All right. My webcam hasn't frozen yet. Very good. Let's see where we're at. We're looking about there. Oh, it's a little off center. We'll do it like that. All right, so I think I want to stick with really simple shapes here in the beginning. This is probably the way that you're supposed to 3D model everything. Which is interesting. I haven't thought about 3D modeling in this way before. But it does make a lot of sense. Okay, I'm just going to push this up. And if I have to round the end of that, that's fine. All right, so far we have this shape. Pretty accurate so far, I would say. Now, we're going to make everything from here. Oh, man. I'm not super thrilled about what comes next. Also, there's some continuity errors with this weapon, by the way. I see a lot of versions where there's an extra little spike that comes off here. I personally don't care for it. I can make that decision later. We can think and look at a couple more reference images. But I don't really care to worry about that. Like, I kind of like how solid it looks. If anything, I might even say it'd look better without these wings here and just let the spikes come up and fill that negative space. But I didn't make it, so I can't necessarily judge. All right, back to wireframe. And we're gonna just do our best. Right, and then we'll bring you down. So I'll have to make a like topology break right here. Which that'll be difficult, but we'll get there. In fact, I should probably just take this thing all the way up to here. And we'll just kind of go from here. This is where things are going to get really complicated really quickly. And I'm not 100% sure how I should do this, so I'm going to just do what makes the most sense to me. And if that means that I have to redo it all later, so be it. So be it. Okay, so we got that there. We have this one right here. And we have this one right here. Cool. Let's go ahead and grab you guys. And let's bring you in. Can you lower you down just a little bit? There we go. Now, this, I think, is what separates the people who are good with 3D modeling from the people who are not good with 3D modeling. And I am very much somebody who is not good with 3D modeling. So I think this is going to be a real test of fate for us. Which, you know, is appropriate, I'd say, for what we're modeling. I'm going to have to learn some new stuff today. Like, no doubt about it, I have to learn some new stuff to make all this work. But this stuff, I think, is vital. I think this stuff is going to be really important for us. When you see people who are really good at 3D modeling do their business, it kind of always comes down to, like, everything is easy, you just have to know how to do it. And, like, I agree with that mentality. I think that's true. I think everything is easy in 3D modeling once you get kind of over it. All right. Looking at this, all of this needs to be flush. Needs to be flush right here. Like, that should be about all right for us. And then these guys need to be really small. Like that. That looks all right to me. I'm gonna have to flatten this front face out, but yeah, it'll do. That's a decent little bit of geometry. We should really just be keeping a symmetry on the front and back. I'm pretty sure it's a mirror on either side. Also, I could have made this in multiple parts. I could have made this like like a wing and then attach it, and then add this and attach it. But when I do my texturing, I think we're gonna benefit from having a single mesh. The chain at the bottom, that is not a part of the mesh. That's its own separate thing. In fact, I might even delete this little bit, and that bit might be part of the chain, but I'm not worried about that yet. Each chain I can do separately, and I'm not even sure if I'm doing the chain. Like, let's put that out there. So. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and begin the first hard part. The first annoying, difficult part. We got to bring this guy up, and we have to subdivide it in a weird kind of way. So, here's what I think we should do. Let's grab you guys. Let's make a path. Let's subdivide the path. And then I'm going to grab that and pull it up. Right? Now we're thinking. And this whole bottom section will be flat. I think. Or better yet. Okay, what if we... Oh man, this is gonna be tough. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Oh, I got another idea. How are we gonna do this? Okay, well, I'll just try it. Whatever. If it fails, it fails. I'm gonna move this from the center location over. Oh, yeah, I can just use math. Cool. Let's go ahead and write this down using some trusty flashcards. Okay, so what does 0.9 look like? It's not as accurate as I want it to be. 0.88. Not 99, 88. That's perfect. All right, so x.088. This is important. I'm gonna grab this one. We're going to do that and subdivide them. And we're gonna bring this guy up, and I should have written this distance, but it is what it is. That looks decently flat to me. Actually looks almost identical to me. It's pretty hard to see it any other way. Yeah, we'll call that it. Cool. So I'm going to come on over, and we're just going to go ahead and negative 0.088. And we're there. We've done it. So if I take both of these and I connect them, and I don't use the knife tool, randomly, we're there. We've made the top of it. Bada bing! Cool. Wow, that was a stress. Okay, so how do I want to do this part? Because I want to keep it kind of sharp on the bottom. I was thinking flat, but if I can do sharp, sharp's better. Yeah, this is where mirror would be vital for us. So I think I will try to do a mirror real quick. Is mirror gonna work? Can we just extrude... Let's try this. Can I just extrude a single point? I can. And I'm honestly going to make it very pointy. Like... Whoa, my lights just turned off for a sec. Whoops. Let's say 0.22. That's perfect. So if I grab this and I extrude out to 0.22, we've done it. We've made the shape. Right? And then I just have to make a center line ridge coming up. This is a nonsense weapon. This makes no sense. Okay, sure. Mirror doesn't really do anything for us, which means I have to do everything hand by hand, which, ugh, I don't love. But it is fine. We will be all right. Okay, so new logic. We're going to want to make a lot of these. Better yet, what if I make one between these guys? I'm going to do a J, subdivide. I'm going to move you out. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just you. Move you out to that same length right there, which is Y of... Oh, this is going to get so messy so quick. Oh, this is going to be so gross. All right. We're in it. We're in it, folks. We're going to do the same thing. Make a path, connect it, bring it over. No, just you. Bring it over by negative 0.021. Cool. Let's do the same thing here before we lose track of what we're up to. And it'll be 0.021. And we'll repeat the same step. And I will J and repeat and bring you over by negative 0.021. Right, so I have now made this ridge. We now have a ridge extending forward. If I were a crazy person, I could actually just... Oh, wait. Hold on. Wow, it actually works. It actually looks good. I didn't expect that to work. Very cool. So that should be like a double face. Yeah, I figured it was going to do something like that. We'll fix that in just a second. Yeah, I'll have to do it in my own time. And that one did it too. Yep. Did the back one do it? No, it's just the two halves. Got it. Let's just solve this problem right now. Right? Yep. I'll come in here and I'll grab you and you and you. And we'll connect you. And do the same thing here. Connect you. There's going to be a lot of reshaping that we're going to have to do on this bad boy. Alright, so you and you and you. The UVs for this thing are going to look atrocious. Which I guess is par for the course at this point. Alright. I will be happy for the day that I can look back on this and say, what a pitiful job I did. That will be so cool. Okay, so theoretically, we should just cut this, subdivide it, grab the subdivision, and pull her out. Why didn't that work? What am I missing? I think I did the wrong subdivision. It should be this subdivision. And if I pull this out... Hello? What was that? Hold on. I got very confused for a second there. So we want negative 0.1, 0, 1. Nope, negative 0.1. Hello, negative 0.1. There we go. So I'm going to do x of negative 0.1 and a z of 0.03. So if I do it over here, it should be opposite on the x, identical on the z. Correct? Why did that one only do half of it? We're gonna have to sit and redo this whole thing, I'm telling you that. Okay, so it is gonna be 0.1 and 0.03. Oh, I did y again, because I am crazy. 0.03. There we go. Alright. The feet is gonna come along. There has to be an easier way to do this. I'm doing this the most nightmarish way I can think. What I should be able to do is just extrude the shape out. That's really the way I should be doing this anyway. But I'm gonna go ahead and start up here for the next little bit, because I think I can make this part really well. So let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and stabilize ourselves, and we'll come up here and we'll put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But they're not totally aligned with each other. I'm inclined to say that we should have a cylinder. So let's do a cylinder with 8, and I can remesh it as much as I need. So 8 vertices. We'll pull you up. This is an exhausting sketch, that's for sure. I think I might have given myself one of the hardest things to do at this point. All right, 8. I believe that's a rotation of 12? 90. 90 divided by 8. What? Why is 90 divided by 8 not like 11? Very confused. What? All right, whatever. I'm not gonna think about it. All right, so we want to keep everything very tight in here. And we want to get all of our faces as close to the correct geometry and size as possible. So I'm going to expand this out to that size right there. Bring you over 1. Bring you down or up. Yeah, it's just not even. So we'll have to sit and do it manually. Okay, so I'm going to go into edit. We're going to grab faces. We're going to grab you. I'm going to pull you over here, and then we're going to stretch you out. Right about there will do. This part's so tricky and strange for me. That's fine. You know what? Actually, I think we're doing this in a way that I like. So let's grab these, and we'll just move individual vertices. Instead of doing stretching and pulling and all this sort of stuff, let's keep it really simple. Let's not overthink this. Just because there might be an easier way to do it doesn't mean that I need to be doing it the easier way. You know, I think creatively people suffer a lot from thinking that they're smarter than they are and trying to do things in ways that are like disordinate with their actual skill level. And I don't know if there's a purpose to that. Like, it's fine if you don't know what you're doing. Hard work is the determiner of success, not intelligence. Intelligence helps, and it's important, I think, to be intelligent. I don't belittle intelligence, and when people are kind of like bro duty and, you know, whatever, nerd, like, that's very toxic. That's not a good way to live your life. Hello? Sorry, what just happened? This mesh is kind of bro-duding me. Alright, now we've got it. Back to our orthographic view, and let's push it in. Alright, so we have this really weird, disordinate shape. The whole thing should be scaled down quite a bit. We'll do the final scaling later. I'm not super worried about that yet. I can't believe how almost kind of junky this mesh is. Why did they make their stuff like this? It like looks pretty bad. I'm not sure why. I'm not really sure what happened to like this image that I've downloaded. I'm gonna do my part to fix it up, I think. We'll make it look a little better. There we go. Okay, so from here, it shouldn't be too hard to pull all of these points out. That being said, I kind of think we should be subdividing all of these. All right, new strategy. I got a new strategy really quick. This is an effort to save ourselves some time. Right? Everything's set up correctly. We're gonna do the same thing all along here and all along here. Right? So that should be able to be cut. That should be able to be cut all the way through, right? We're just thinking. We've entered the thinking portion of the stream. We are finally using our brains. All right, this might be the worst decision in the world, but check this out. I'm gonna grab all of these. And I'm gonna do the unthinkable. I'm gonna merge at center. And the mesh that we get looks close. That looks so close. Okay. All right. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Cool. So we need to grab you and move you to the center bit of the star here, which is right there. So we're going to repeat the exact same thing on the other side, and I'm going to fix this mess. Cool. So let's grab you, and you, and you. And we're not going to keep saying you for every single one. And we're going to merge them. And I'm going to put them in the middle, just as we've done before. We're going to get really close for the sake of accuracy. I'm going to put it right on top of there, right? Look at that beautiful little baby. Cool. Now, we have the awful job of fixing this. So let's go ahead and grab our favorite sailor tattoo pattern and just get going. Oh, actually, I think I have to do it manually. Oh, no. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I have to do it all manually. That sucks. Oh, well. That one's already good. No, it's not. I have to do it. For sure it's not good. There's some weird geometry going on here. It's kind of like tripping out my brain a little bit. The way that like the normals process when it's like 2D but 3D, and they sort of just like, they go like light doesn't exist for us, and they just do whatever they want to do. That's very hard to wrap your brain around. Right? Right. Now we're cooking with fire. Now we're doing it. All right. So part of this whole making Instagram posts thing would be, how do we pose this mesh? I don't know how we're going to pose this thing. So that might not be in the cards today. I'm just happy to have this thing working. All right. I suppose I'll just post like a before and after picture, and I'll try and put them in the same position, and we'll call that it. Because I don't want to think too much about like extra stuff, even if it's not going to translate, or especially if it's not going to translate to a post that's comparative. Not that all of these posts will be comparative, but today it will be. All right, we have done it. So let's get rid of the reference image really quickly, and I'm going to get in here and just kind of break up some of these bad things that exist. We have our little fan. We can just keep the fan going. Yeah, this is perfect. I think the thing that's really hard to wrap your brain around in Blender is whether objects are an inside mesh or an outside mesh, and, you know, subsequently have inside normals versus outside normals. And that's just like not the way that our brains are geared, or at least not my brain. Like, the light is being cast from inside the object, so therefore the outside of the object doesn't have to like abide by the laws of physics. What? That is not anything in the real world. And yeah, I just don't think we're made to like think that way. That's a very computer way of thinking. Which is good. We'll let the computers do the work for us. I'm out here trying to make keyblades, not trying to think about the vectors of light. All right. Oh man, we've done it. I can't believe we've done it. All right, so reference image is back on. We'll go right side up. And we just got to go ahead and finish this bad boy off. I think I learned a little bit about how to fix meshes So we'll apply that right here. And it's definitely a lot spikier than I would enjoy, but so be it. All right, so here's how I think we should do this. Let's grab this. Oh, bad. Let's grab all of those, and let's extrude them. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Let's extrude it all the way out here. That works, and then we'll repeat. I don't know why it wants to extrude in very weird angles. Getting it straight is going to be important, but I'm not too worried about it yet. We'll fix the center lines and stuff later. Man, this is a hard thing to wrap my brain around. What? Now Y is now... strange. Alright, this is the point where I should really be mirroring. Mirror is going to be so important on these guys. So let's do that. 2, 3. And Z is 0.29. I'm going to make it exactly 0.29, just so we don't have to think about that. And it's exactly 2.3, perfect. Cool. So, let's grab you all, join you, ring out. And X is going to be 0.23. Actually, it's negative 0.23. Is 0.23. What? Do those look identical? They don't look identical to me. Okay, here's new thought. I'm gonna do them at the exact same time. Because then they're forced to be mirrored, correct? Okay, so if I do that, and then I grab you, and I extrude you guys out. Okay. So if I extrude you guys out, and then we do this, we do this. Oh no. Let's do Y symmetry. Let's do Z symmetry. What? Oh no, we have messed this bad boy up. Why is Y symmetry or Z symmetry not doing anything? Oh, this is rough. Okay, well, we'll just push you on up to, say, there. 0.19. And then we'll push you down to, say, negative 0.19. And we'll worry about mirroring that later. Now this part should mirror perfectly, right? Should be no problem. So if I extrude this out, it just goes in a random direction. It doesn't make any sense. How is it determining this? Also, we can XY extrusion, which I like a lot. Cool. So now we should be extruding perfectly, right? Extrude along normals. Things got a little weird, but we'll just kind of accept it for now. We'll say 4. Sure, 4 will do. It looks so weird. Something is so off here. I'll match it to the reference. I think this will be good damage control. This will be a good experiment for us, at least. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and go back to orthographic. Yeah, well, I can make this work. I know I can make this work. In fact, I think we might almost be done. I have a brilliant idea. I have a really good idea. Let's cancel out of that. Go to that editor. And let's grab some clipping tools. Check this out. So, what I want to be doing is this. I want to grab all of you and I want to merge at center. And I want to bring you up to this point, right? Got a nice pointy bit. These guys should move on over here. Make sure the point is nice and symmetrical. Same thing to you guys. Might be a little goofy looking for a sec, but we'll get there. Okay, so the new idea, right, is to subdivide that and just to take this subdivision and put it where we want it. Right? And we've done it. So I'm going to have to fix that ingon in just a second, but that's it. We're going. Perfect, 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 perfect. Getting everything to be symmetrical is going to be the real chore of this, and it's going to be a real sign that I did it in the wrong way. But we'll get there. I'll solve it. Don't you worry. Just because I'm bad at modeling doesn't mean I can't fix things. All right, so we'll do the same thing to each of them. And then we should be done with this little star bit. Which... wow. Didn't think we were going to be done, did ya? All right, we'll go ahead and loop cut you. That actually was perfect. Loop cut you. And then we're going to stay with vertices. I'm just going to keep doing vertices the whole time, I think. Bring you down to the end of that spike. We want you to be a nice spiky boy. Just like that. Just like that. That'll work. This one's a lot straighter for sure. We'll do that, and we'll do that. And it'll bring you out. And I'm not going to do any topology stuff until the end, because I want this to be as versatile and editable as possible. If I was a better modeler, I would be able to I'd be able to make it editable despite its flaws. But I am not a better modeler. I am who I am. And I gotta know my strengths. And my strengths are with fixing and imagining and thinking. So that's the process we're gonna move forward with. We're not gonna move forward with, you know, vacant attempts at trying to make this better for ourselves. Now, I'm really trying to follow this center line here, but it feels like the center line is so off. Like it's supposed to be right there. Which, like, what? How is that possible? Like, that looks about right to me. It's kind of hard to tell. All right. In fact, hold on. No. Let's do it the way that we've been doing it. I don't want to mess things up. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab you, bring you up here. Grab you, bring you down here. And then we're going to grab all of you guys, merge at center, and move that center line here. And we got a nice spiky boy. Cool. That'll do, pig. Oh no, they merged together. This part's gonna be terrible. Nice big old stretch to reset the brain. All right. Might want to do a little bit of readjusting on some of this stuff, but we'll get there. In the meantime, I'm going to grab you, and we're going to do a little bit of that. And I'm going to do... Oh, there's so many of them. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fine. So be it. I wonder if I could use this texture to texture the 3D model. That's probably a terrible idea, isn't it? All right. Let's have some wherewithal. Admittedly, I'm starting to get a little exhausted. But I know if I push through it, we're gonna be fine. It's only been an hour. Wow, I think we've actually made really good progress for an hour. I mean, let's not count our eggs before they hatch, but like, I feel pretty good about this. Especially given how like badly I've been doing this. Like how disordinate it's been. I'd say this is a pretty good effort. Alright, we're going to make another loop cut here, and this time, I'm going to grab these guys first. I don't see a reason to edit the other way around. Okay, so we should have a nice hard line right there. And then you can come up there. You can go to where you belong. And we should be set. It looks a little bent, but I kind of don't understand the original model for this thing. Like, in what world does this make any sense? I mean, it definitely doesn't make sense. I was doing some thinking about Kingdom Hearts, as you do. And I kind of came to the realization that keyblades are just maces. They're not blades. You can't cut anything with this. Nor are they shown to cut in the games. So even if you're willing to like deeply immerse yourself and be like, well, you know, it's a game logic, whatever. Like, they don't cut people in games. Nobody gets cut in half or anything. Like, people don't get cut by keyblades. Keyblades don't cut. So they shouldn't be called blades. Excuse me. That one snuck up on me. They're maces. They're meant for hitting people real hard. And they do blunt trauma damage, right? Like, which is fine. That's a practical weapon, right? That's a real world weapon to have blunt force. It's just a little bit weird that they get like they get called blades. Like, in what world is this a blade? All right, so check this out. I'm gonna merge at last. And now we should have a pretty nice little thing here. Right? I'll have to do some readjusting in a little bit, but they do meet. I'm not sure if I want them to meet. It's interesting that they meet. It is like a very bad structural advantage. Okay, so I grab you and I grab you and I merge at center, and then we grab that center and we move you. We'll get the same thing. Cool. So there is a lot to fix here. There's a lot to fix on this thing, but it looks pretty good, honestly. I don't know why this one bent. Hold on. Why is this one sideways? Hold on. Something weird happened. I think when we were extruding the mesh out, it might have gotten a little messy. So we'll pop all that back in place. We'll put all you back in the right place. Come on. Get in that center line. I feel like I'm looking at Godzilla, like, approaching on the horizon. It's a very dramatic angle. That should do that. That should do that. Is there something in Blender that, like, quantizes meshes? Like, snaps them to grid points? I understand that there's, like, merge, snap, and stuff like that, but I'm wondering if there's, like, a real, like, simple way to do that. All right, we're gonna fix the scoliosis on this thing. Oh, this is hard to look at. Okay, we'll grab you. Everything should be on this center line, realistically speaking. So as long as everything is on that line, we're doing great. Everything else seems to be fine. Are we good? I think we're good. Cool. So I will just go ahead and fix the geometry later. But hey, look at that. We've made a snowflake. It took an inordinate amount of time, honestly speaking, but that's fine. Now I'm really thinking I've goofed this up. I'm really starting to think I might have messed this guy up. Yep. And I know how we're going to fix it. We want to get rid of this. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. Get rid of you. Oh, we're on the wrong edit. That's why. There we go. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. We're going to want to bring our reference back. And we're going to want to... We're going to want to bring some vertices forward. So we're going to do vertice editing from this point forward. And it's going to look like that. So I will sit and manually redo everything as we go. But that's what it's got to look like. And if I could play Kingdom Hearts music on stream, I would. But I'm not trying to lose monetization on everything that I've ever done. So let's just sing it in our heads. Okay, so theoretically, that's a face. That's a face. That's a face. And that's a face. And we've done it. Okay, check it out. Check it out. Tell me that ain't it. And then we just got to bring this ridge up. We just got to keep going. Oh, wow. Okay. So, what comes next is very frustrating. But I think we can do it quick. I'm going to try and do it quick. No. Just 2 single points coming up. Why is Z... Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Oh, boom, boom, boom. We should always be using global. Right? Yep. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to bring the reference back. And we're going to bring them all the way up until there is a breakpoint, which is right here. In fact, I will lower it just a little bit because we want to worry about this little doodad up here. Man, there is a lot of chaos in this design. If I were a smarter man, I guess I would have designed my own Keyblade. But, like, that's a terrible idea, isn't it? That's such a bad idea. Alright, so we're up all the way up here. Oh, wow, we are doing it now. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab global. Bring it all the way up. All right, that's that. Now, these two are frustrating. If I do local and I bring them up, that's fine. We'll grab you and we'll pull you up. There's gonna be a lot of little edits that we're gonna have to do with this thing, and I'm gonna have to, like, I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. Is there a way? Let me write this down. Can I check Can I check XYZ for individual vertices? Because if I can, like, make them identical, I know they're messed up right now, and that's fine. That's fine that they're messed up right now, but eventually I'm gonna have to sit and put them together and make them look nice and do all this junk. As long as I can make them, like, even, it'll look somewhat good. No matter what, it'll look somewhat good. All right, so we are up here now. We've done it. We've reached the upper echelon of society. Finally. I don't love how this meets here. That's frustrating. That's very annoying, actually. We'll get there, I guess. How am I gonna do this? Wait a minute. Oh, I gotta finish one more. Okay. And then we'll connect them all up and we'll call that. So if I do this, face. Yeah. And we'll grab both of you and we'll pull you on up. And we will not speak strange like that and bring you straight up. You should be in line. Correct. Correctamundo. Cool. So theoretically, and I've been saying theoretically a lot today, but just kind of in a out of my depth. And I'm excited to be out of my depth. It's a good out of my depth, that's for sure. But I'm out of my depth. We're gonna put you up there. We're gonna push you down to here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, we're here. Not you. We're here. Oh, wow, this is coming together. This is coming together. Oh, wow, I kind of can't believe it. I kind of can't believe it. There is so much work left to do, but, like, it's happening. No. What? 1, 2. What is this? Why is there a face here? I just deleted my... Okay. Sure. Alright. Alright. Alright, let's go. Look at this. Oh. Oh, I think we've passed, like, the critical mark for myself. I feel great. Like, we're not anywhere near being done. But, like, this looks like a weapon. This looks like something you could hold and use and fight with. It's not great. I'd hate to, you know, go up against somebody with a real weapon against it. But, like, it looks correct. Which is wild. This kind of looks like the thunder spear from Breath of the Wild. Like, it looks great. It looks so good. You know, it's all about the little victories. And I gotta say, I feel pretty proud of what we've done here. So So we'll put it right there. Now, do I have any hope that we're going to finish this before like 5:30? Maybe. Depends what the second part of this process looks like. And I'm not totally sure what that is yet. Like, there's a lot of fixing that we have to do. And the fixing is going to be something else. That's for sure. Like, this is all weird looking. I'm not sure yet. I'm not entirely sure yet. All right. Let's say that that is pretty decent. We can make it a little bigger if we need to. We probably will need to make it rounder. And now I gotta start thinking about how to make all of this meshy, weird madness. So let's do this part. So I could just jump over here and connect this right now if I wanted to. We're not going to do that. That is madness. What I think we want to be doing right now is do the piping. And man, the piping scares me. Let's just do it. Who cares? It doesn't matter if it's hard. So we got to say one side is the front and one side is the back. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is the front. Okay, so let's connect all of these together in a face. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to extrude it out to the point that we want. And then we're going to just wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap and wrap. So let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. That's been the whole motto of this stream is let's just go for it. So if I just take it and I just move it, right? I'm not even thinking. We're just going for it. Right? Then we're going to do it again. We're going to do it a bunch of times. And I will rotate it. And we're not even thinking. We're just doing it. We're not thinking at all. We're just doing it. There will be time to fix it later. What a terrible mentality for 3D modeling. But hey, this is where we've landed. And the good news is, I think as long as I keep my mesh tubular, we can continually loop cut this thing. And if we can loop cut it, we don't really have a problem, do we? Okay, so I'm going to ignore that part for now. And we're going to come down, do a little rotate. Right there. Oh, baby, 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 this is it. We want to rotate. And we want to bring it back over here. Now, it did it automatically. Oh, wow, it actually looped it automatically for us. That's weird. Why did it do that? All right, well, I'll have to fix everything eventually, so I ain't that weirded out by it. Okay, so that's the front yellow part. This is the back silver part. So silver has to go all the way down here. We'll say there is fine. There's going to be a little bit of thinking that we're definitely going to have to do here, but we'll get there. Alright, so for the sake of my own sanity, let's bring this forward. Let's bring these two down. Yep, just like that. And then we will extrude all of this. And this is where our reference image kind of falls flat, honestly. But I'm fairly pleased with what we're doing right now. So I can't say I'm that upset about it. We'll have to join. Oh no, they don't join. It'll sit. They're gonna touch each other. I might do a little like fun weld. But if this is fantasy, then who cares, right? I'm sure there'll be somebody who jumps on the post and they're like, hey, you did it wrong, blah, 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 supposed to be connected to blah, 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 and this looks like that, and whatever, whatever. And I'll be like, you're right. And I'm a fake Kingdom Hearts fan. Because in some ways I think I am. Okay. So here's the part where it's going to join. So let's just build past it, and then we'll join all the elements together. And color me not worried. Color me very pleased with what we've done so far. I have to flatten it. That's going to be something that I'm not pleased about. But, oh no. I'm going to have to flatten it, and that's fine. Actually, let's just do that loop cut right there. And then we'll come one more up. And this actually works out really well. Okay, cool. I'm not sure why it decided to come back this way. That's a little strange. Isn't that a little weird? Okay, let's come up. And we're gonna, instead of doing, no. Chill. Global, just Z. And we'll bring it down. And we'll do another one, and this one is just Z. Just Z. Cool. Look at this! Wow. Wow, look at it. How wild. Okay, so I'm thinking very strongly about how this even makes sense. So, first things first. Let's do this one at a time. Starting from probably here, all the way up. Yep, that works. It's going to have to be a little bit on the wider side. Thicken all these guys up. But it's going to be local. No. global. Sure. And then we just have to realign it here. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. That looks all right. So we're looking at the back side of this thing. So let's do it this way. Okay, so everything here, here, everything from that point forward has to be moved like that. So the heart is there. This part comes up but doesn't touch that part of the heart. And that part will get really close up in here. Yes. Okay. So now you can be moved over and we'll proportion you using only connected. Yeah, and these two will barely brush up against each other, which will be fine. Like right about there should do it. And we want it pretty constant. Nope, we want it pretty inverse square. Actually, I can fix that myself. Let's do smooth once more. I can fix this part myself. There'll definitely be some work to do on here. But otherwise, not half bad. Okay. Now this face has to come over just enough, and we're going to proportion it with connected. Get rid of that reference image. Negative 0.2. My bad. Negative 0.02. You want it to come really close. They're going to come really close to touching each other. Yeah, I could live with that. Cool. Well, now that everything is insane, let's do the next part. So we're here. And what we're gonna do is the absolute unthinkable. Well, first let's fix this part right here first. And actually, now that I'm really sitting here and thinking about it, I think I could probably scoot the whole heart thing over more. But is it necessary? It might not be necessary. Let's not worry about it. Okay, so here's what we want to do. I want to grab I want to grab these points, subdivide them. Grab these points, subdivide them. I want to delete all of this. And we want to remake this mesh right here. No, sir. Oh, we are thinking today. Our brain is finally on. Yeah, once I connect all this, I can redo it 1,000 different ways. Let's not even worry. Let's not even worry. Cool. So I'm going to go into object mode. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to grab you. I'm going to join you. No, 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 no. Not the image. Just these two. We're going to join. We're going to call it Keyblade. The green is kind of nice. Let's call it Oathkeeper. That green's really nice. I'm going to keep this green. Cool. I'm going to go to edit. We're going to grab you, grab you, grab you, and grab you. And you are a face. Grab you, you and you. You're a face. We're going to get rid of the reference image real quick. We're going to make you a face. And we're going to make you a face. Okay, we've officially connected it. It's kind of no going back at this point. All right. I feel pretty comfortable that we've done it correctly. I mean, there's a million ways I could have done this better. I just don't know what they are. So. Look at that. Look at this. Wow. She's gorgeous. I think objectively this guy has to move. Which, why can't I move it? Hello? Hold on, hold on. We're here. We have Oathkeeper. We're back. Edit mode. Why can't I move you? What on earth? Where's our move function? Why has it gotten rid of... Something's weird. Okay, what happened? We got rid of context commands. What happened? I clicked something. Let's Google it. Alright, my web browser is not doing well because I have a bunch of pinned tabs for later today. My bad. Wow, it is loading very slowly. Okay. Let's see. Blender. Move arrows gone. Yep, it's been Googled a whole bunch. Axis thing is gone. Little hand icon. Where's the little hand icon? The little hand icon. What does that mean? People just say things and they expect you to know what that means. 3D cursor instead of bounding box. That didn't do it. Okay, that's... Oh, wow. That's a good thing to learn right there. I can turn on and off the proportional editing at will. Very cool. Apparently, it's control space. It's definitely not control space. Shift tab. No, didn't do that. I wish I knew where this hand icon was. Show gizmos. Where is that? Let's go to object mode real quick. Control plus. Nope. We've really screwed ourselves. We had great momentum. Where you change the view type. Little thing at the bottom where you change the view type. Oh, that's nice to know. Sorry, folks. I don't know what happened. It just turned off somehow. I can't seem to figure out how to turn it back on. View. Nope, I think we're done with this. Alright, how do I close this? Goodbye. Okay. Everyone is saying control plus space, but control plus space just, like, doesn't do anything for me. I've been on 3 different websites and they all say control plus space. Manipulator. Okay, now we're at Blender 2.8. We're new. You can turn the manipulator on. Top right, 3D access port. I see. Right here. Haha, okay. There it is. It's the arrow shooting icon, is what I'm going to call it. Apparently that used to be a 3D hand for people. This is a good time to say I started using Blender around 2.6, I want to say. 2.7, 2.6, somewhere around there. So, you know, I was fortunate, I guess is a better way of saying that. I was fortunate enough not to have to deal with a lot of the weird isometric stuff. All right. Looking at the way that our model looks now, I'm just going to do some edits real quick here. I think we want it to look a little bit more angular, because we're going to start beveling and rounding all these edges out eventually. And when we get there, I just want to be ready for it. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this part. This part's going to be very crucial for us. So, you are here. you are here. This part, I got a fancy little solution for. And if I can do it correct the first time, we can be just done with it. So check this out. Here is my fancy solution. Actually, I don't know if the fancy solution is going to work. Darn. Man. I was really looking forward to this working. All right, I guess not. If I was really lazy, I have another way that I could solve it, but we're not going to be lazy. We're going to do it correctly. So what we want to do is we want to subdivide those, which just didn't work. Excuse me. There we go. We want to subdivide that. We want to go back to orthographic. Whoa. We want to grab... Oh, I've messed something up. There we go. It was running a animation. That's fine. Okay, and we're up to here. So I will J those. And then realistically, there should be another cut down here, but I don't see it. Oh, this one's tough. This one's hard to process. Do I let it be bad? I might have to. All right, we'll worry about that in a second. Let's go ahead and extrude you out. And we're going to extrude you out one more time. We're going to grab vertices, merge vertices at center. I'm going to merge these two guys at center. Nope, that's not what I wanted. These two can be compressed into a blade. Right. Okay, and then we can grab those and put them into position. So they should look like that. This is paper thin boy. Oh no, not what I wanted to do. This paper thin boy should be down here. And this part should be here. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and pull out like that. I think it should probably be a double point now that I'm looking at it. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, if I subdivide those and I subdivide those, and then I connect these together, we have more along the regular shape that we want. Don't do that. Quit clicking that. All right, so we got Y orthographic pretty close. I'm kind of willing to call it there. That looks fine. It's not my favorite thing in the world. if I'm being extra weird, I could connect these 2 points together to make it really, really fine. And then that would make this shape make more sense. So what I'm gonna do, this shape doesn't make any sense to begin with. So we're looking like that. New idea, new idea. Let's get this closer together. Like that. And then we'll get these guys really close together, like that. And this will just be sort of a dulled edge. There we go. So now there's a part that you can catch on. Not that you wouldn't catch in all of this mechanics or whatever, but sure. That's the way it looks. Cool. So let's go ahead and grab this face. This gross, ugly, bad face. I suppose we're not actually joining on this face. This face isn't even a problem. I'm throwing such a fuss about it. It's not a problem at all. We're not using inside faces. It doesn't matter. Cool. So I'm going to raise this up to here. And we'll scooch it on back. And I'll go ahead and rotate it a little bit. Like there. Okay, so these guys will have to merge. I mean, there's no way around that. This thing's pretty thick. Tell you what, we're going to grab these guys, and we're going to bring them in quite a bit. This is the only real, like, bladey part of the whole thing. Okay. So that looks all right to me. We'll go ahead and grab you, and we'll bring you back. And we'll grab both of these and bring them back. If anything, we'll actually tuck you in there, and we'll make a nice little curve. Cool, cool, cool. It's starting to look a little disorderly for me, but it'll have to do. Cool. So let's grab all of these points here. We will extrude them on out. And then we'll merge all those vertices together at center. And we'll say that this might do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So if I grab these two and I squash them into one another, we're looking at roughly the correct shape now. Like that. Like there. Right? And now we got a blade. The blade's facing literally the wrong way, and it's not connected to anything that is able to make contact with an opponent at all. It's pretty awful, but it is there. Oh, and I was going to move this. This was the big thing we were working on earlier. Just like that. Yeah, baby. That's it. Look at this. All All right, so I think we're going to take a break to go to the handle. This part up here is kind of driving me crazy. We've got it all connected. We got it doing what it's supposed to be doing. It looks about appropriate. It's just so low poly and a little jank, which, hey, that's my brand. So yeah, we'll move on from this for a little bit. Now to do the hard stuff. Always the hard stuff. Okay, let's sit and think for a second. Nothing like a little bit of water and a good stretch to reinvigorate yourself. All right, how do we want to do it? We for sure have to split this part and bring it out, join on there, and then we for sure have to split this. So, I want to learn, I got something that we need to learn. I got to learn to take this face and split it into a square. How will we do that? Edge split. So if I'm looking at it, if I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, I just want to split it. Do not crash. Don't crash. Please don't crash. Oh, okay. We're gonna save. We're gonna save real quick. Oh my gosh. That was so scary. I'll make Oathkeeper, we'll call it Keyblade Oathkeeper, so I know what I'm looking at when I find it randomly in a folder somewhere. And I will call you Oathkeeper. We've saved it. There we go. We got a whole path. It's saved up at the top. You can't see it. Good that you can't see it because I don't want you seeing my path on my computer. All right. Now if it crashes, who cares? No big deal. So part of me thinks that beveling might just do what we want. No, not quite. Here's an idea. Okay, just thinking about this. What if we grab this and we bevel a vertice? What? What just happened? What? I'm very confused. What just happened? Oh, we've made a mess. Hold on. There's only one. Yeah, we made a mess. Okay. I don't know if I've fully fixed it, but we'll take that. And if I try and bevel just that. Oh, I see. It did actually bevel it. Oh, it did do it. Okay, and I just didn't know what was going on. Okay, so if we go back to... Oh, man. Okay, so here's... I gave that whole speech earlier about how doing it correctly is less important than just getting it done. And here I am stressing about how to just get it done. So Let's just do it the smart way. That's not even the smart way. That's not even what I want to be doing. Here's how I know how to do it. It's not my favorite solution in the whole world, but it does work. Am I using my brain? I'm not. I'm not using my brain. Alright. I'm freaking out for no good reason. Here's what we want to do. We want to go out here. We want to grab the vertices. In fact, we can grab every single vertice. So I'm going to alt-click, make a ring. Boom. These two. Actually, in fact, I can grab all of them. And we're going to slide them out. And we're going to turn them into a little square here, right? So if I go back to my reference image, that's exactly what we want. We want a square. So what we have to do here is frustrating, but, you know, I couldn't find a more glorious solution. So we're going to go ahead and delete every other space here. And then we're going to come in here and join all of them. We want to make kind of a torpedo-y shape, so that's what we're doing. Correct. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the other half, and then we'll clean it. So this should solve our problem. So I'm going to come from the center, grab that. Oh no. Oh, I did really bad, actually. Why did I do so bad? You, and you. We got to use outer edges. Don't use inner edges. Why would you use an inner edge, you crazy human being? Right. There we go. And we are cruising for a bruising. We're done. So now I can grab every other one, and I've done it correctly this time. I'm sure of it. Definitely will not have to come back and do it again. Please don't let that be the case. And we're up. And we're here. Huzzah! Okay, cool. So we have the whole thing done. Let's fill in these gaps. And I like it. We're gonna have to do this a whole bunch of times for a whole bunch of different meshes. I feel like I did a bad vertice there just a second ago. I don't see it though, so we're gonna pretend that it's fine. Oh man, making these wings is gonna be tragic. This is gonna be rough. Okay. Get it together. Get it together. You're here. You have done so much in such a short amount of time. I can't believe it. I'm definitely punching up on my Blender knowledge. I'm gonna have to do some tutorials to kind of figure out what it is that I'm doing right now. Because there's definitely some new information coming out right now. Okay. Let's come a little bit further out, and we're gonna go up. Right there. Okay. That looks about right to me. I suppose they shouldn't be so far out. We'll do like that. And we'll get to cracking the code. Cool, so this one is gonna be Just a righteous problem. Wait, what? Aha, I see, I see, I see. I see where I've messed up. Okay. So we'll bring you in. And now we're going to grab you, and we're going to J you. Sir? What? What is happening? All right, let's... Sure, whatever. Let's see how this works out. I'm not sure why it did that. J is always very spotty. J, to the best of my understanding, as an idiot, J is supposed to like intersect a face and make a new face. It's meant to like cut out a piece of what you're working on to make it make sense. Whereas F just joins them together haphazardly. It doesn't think about what it's doing. It's manual. But that J did not want to work. And I don't know why. Okay, so I think I can delete all of these. We should be good to just add up here. Correct, correct, correct. Look at that. Would you look at that? Cool. So we've done it. We've made a real object for once in our life. I'm gonna have to smooth everything. It looks so gross, but we're here. We've done it. All right, next up, let's make some faces. I am immediately seeing an issue that I need to fix right now. And that is these guys are just in the wrong area. There we go. If anything, I can actually move them down a little bit. Like that. In fact, I'll just do that. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna do a lot of moving later, that's for sure. Okay. So let's go ahead and bring all of this out. Does that do everything? That does everything. Let's do the same thing over here. And I should be able to just go for it. Not quite. We'll join those faces. We'll join those faces. Grab the face, and... What? Why is the normal messed up on them? Okay, let's go to object mode. We're going to use the sim pack, which is what I'm always going to refer to this as. And we'll go back to edit. And we should be able to push them out now, and it doesn't work. Don't know why it doesn't work. Should be pretty easy, but it's not. So we'll do that. That's fine. And we'll do the second one. And as with before, we'll do some loop cutting just to make it make sense. That was a sentence. There we go. We are now stationed on the Y. And we can move down. Bring you on up, bring you on over. And then I will do another loop cut here. And we'll call it. And then this guy can come over just a little bit. These guys can be merged and moved. The old merge and move, as we like to call it. Now, I'm gonna have to take some liberties on the proportions here because, like, this part makes no sense. This part's impossible. So, how I plan on doing it now, and I will fix it later, is same as before. We're gonna take it and just bring it up. And we're just gonna get it a little closer. I don't want to get super close the way that the example reference image works, because you would just clank it against the hilt. Like, it's such a bad design for a weapon. I get that that's sort of the point. I don't know. Kingdom Hearts doesn't make any sense. Like, hot take, I know everyone's said it before, but like, it doesn't make any sense. All right. Bada boom, bada boom. That looks all right to me. Now we got to repeat it on the other end. And then we're going to have to do this. But, I mean, we're looking all right. I'm actually pretty pleased with how much work we've done so far. I didn't really expect to do as much as we've done here. Maybe I did. Maybe I had a false sense of skill or something. But nonetheless, this has been a process, and it's been a good process. It's been very satisfying. All right, tell you what, we need to line these guys up. I'm starting to see why that could be a huge problem. All right, we're here. We're there. Huzzah. Okay. We're gonna do this exact same thing over here. Yeah, my goal, my like real dream, I guess, is to get good enough. I mean, it'll happen naturally, as long as I stick with it, obviously. My goal is to get good enough at this point that I can look at this mesh and in like X amount of time, I don't know how long it'll take, but at some point in the future, I can just like go, okay, I'm gonna redo this mesh and do it in half or a fourth of the time. And I know using shortcuts is gonna be a big part of that, but I think process is the part that I'm concerned with. I understand that there's hotkeys to do like orthographic view and stuff like that, but as much as that saves time, and I'm not trying to belittle the fact that that definitely will save time, that's not the thing that I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with like the conceptualization of making models. And that's the part that I really want to work on. Okay. I mean, it's It's getting there. Wow, this has been a process. Let's finish the shape of this whole thing. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to do the smoothing today. I may do it on Tuesday with a fresh face, just because I'm getting a little tired. And I do need to go worry about food here in a second, because I got to eat up before tonight. So let's take some time. Actually, let's take a break and do these chains. That'll be huge for us. Let's think about these chains for a second. They are... They are in a very weird pattern. Yeah, I'm going to worry about these chains right now. This is going to be my break. This is how I'm going to prolong the stream. Let's make a Taurus. Let's bring her down. Let's make her small. Like that. And then we're going to rotate it by 45 degrees, negative 45 degrees. Okay, so we got a chain link 1 right here. It'll be like that. It probably needs to be a little bit like there. Let's make another Taurus. Hold on. I'm going to make a Taurus, and we're going to do all the editing here because I don't know how to make the proportions correct. So we're going to... Oh, you can't. Well, if this is the case, let me kick it down a little bit. Right, that looks about right to me. And then the minor radius should be pretty big, not that big. Like 0.3. So if I take it and I shrink it, yeah, it looks all right from the front. We'll take you down. We'll scale you down to a real small size. Bring you down, bring you over ever so slightly. And it's gonna have to be pivoted, right? So I'm gonna copy this, and we're gonna make the rotation 45. This guy is sitting at 0, negative 0.2, negative 0.02, which means that you should be at 0.02. Which again, I think might be too... Yeah, I think we do want it to be bigger. Okay, hold on. Let's make a Taurus. It's 30 by 10, and then this has got to be 0.5. That looks so big. 0.45. 0.4. We're just going to kind of go for it. We're going to see if this works. Because when you shrink it, yeah, that looks about right. It doesn't need to be shrunk that much. Like, that should be all right. And then it'll be negative 45 degrees. Bring it down. we'll go ahead and bring you all the way down. I'm okay keeping it center, and y can be point or negative 0.01. Right? Now, if I take you and I make a copy and we give it a 45, we give it a 0.01. Do you intersect? Not quite. 0.015. Negative 0.015. That's a perfect intersection right there. And now we just need them to like offset. Right? Like that. Okay, so let's try and determine what this looks like. So this is left rings, and this is going to be right rings. Left rings, we're going to go ahead and add an array modifier in the Z direction. Oh no. Okay, so it's going to be X and Z. So -1, -1. -2, -0.5. 0.5 looks perfect to me, actually. And then the Z, we just got to get correct. So negative... Oh, wait. Yes, yes, yes. Let's keep that. And X needs to be -1 or -0.2. -1.1. Honestly, -1 might be it. Right? So if I keep going, it goes off just a little bit. So we need to correct. So -0.3. -0.27. That looks perfect. That is crisp. Cool. And how does that match up on here? So this original one, we can actually bring up just a little bit. And now it's almost even. That should be even. Perfect. And I will shade smooth. Looks good. Cool. So we'll do the same thing for you. So you need to be an array with a 0.27 and a -1 and a 12 count. Oh, it doesn't quite fit. It does go off just a little bit. Okay, so we need to fix you up. So it's going to be -2.6. look about right? Negative 0.25. Oh no. Nope, 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 nope. Negative 0.28. Just really trying to tie it in correctly. And so you need to be 0.275. Yeah, they intersect a lot. I don't love that, but it does look about correct. In fact, hold on. What about that? It's closer to the truth, but it's definitely something's weird about it. I mean, they clip. That's like the big thing. I'm going to leave that as is for now. It's very close. It's very close to what we want. So, let's chill out on that. The star I'm not pleased about. That star is going to be a little tough to do. And these angel wings are going to be tough to do. Ugh. I should have just sculpted this whole thing. That would have been infinitely easier, wouldn't it have? I suppose I couldn't have made the spikes, though. Spikes you can't really do in sculpting. Alright. Well, let's get back to it. Let's just jump in. We're here. Let's quit pity partying ourselves and just jump in and do it. I agreed to make something difficult today, so I'm getting my just desserts. That's for sure. Nope, we want just the single point. Down over there. Might want to mix some pieces together up there, honestly, but we'll get there when we get there. Get everything looking a little bit nicer over on this end. In fact, I can bring all of this closer in here. When we round it too, it'll be a little bit easier. Wow. I mean, I can't believe we've made this shape, to be fair. Alright, I mean, I want to wait to smooth everything until we're set on the shape. The shape is really almost there. So what we're waiting on now... Get rid of this reference. Yeah, what we're waiting on now is just little fixes everywhere. All right. Nice yellow there to really accentuate the heart. That'll do just fine for us. The heart actually looks super solid right now. Okay, I'm gonna work on this spike right here. In fact, I should work on both of the spikes. So let's loop cut you and you. And let's get really deep in our grid axis, or our grid editing, I should say. All right. right, so you... We want you to be the top of the heart, right there. You're the bottom of the heart, right here. You two need to be aligned with each other, and you're going to be just that center spoke. There we go. Now, hold on. Now, hold on just a moment. We're going to merge all of these together because there's no reason for this. Oh, wait, actually, perfect. I've done it. Yes, 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 we've done it. We've done it. Cool. So I'm going to grab you and subdivide those. And we will build a face out of you guys. And then we're going to delete this. And I'm going to build off of that. That's going to be our line that we work on. So let's grab you and just start editing. Yeah, so I planned on jumping into Krita. I use Krita instead of Photoshop. It's personal preference. I plan on jumping into Krita and doing some editing for this model. I wanted to do some texturing. I was like, today's going to be the day where I learn texturing. And then I chose maybe one of the hardest models to texture. So now I'm thinking out loud, and I'm like, maybe let's just texture something real quick. That might be in our best interest. Just so we have the experience. There's no reason to, like, you know, set up a whole whatever and just not do it. So I think I may try to do one of those chains. We'll do a little edit on the chain, get it a really nice texture, and then we'll call it there. So that'll be the last thing we do today. For the sake of transparency, the point of these Sunday streams from now on is to try and make an Instagram post. I don't want this to be a sour spot, but we're definitely not finishing this Instagram post today. In the future, we're gonna try to not do that. Like, it's definitely meant to be done in a single sitting. So I'll think a little bit more next week and give myself something a little less insane or intensive to do. But nonetheless, I'm still very, like, excited about what we've done today. This is, like, really above my weight class as far as 3D modeling goes. And for that, I feel very proud. I like how it's turned out. I mean, it's recognizable instantly. There's nothing that looks like this, and you just know immediately what it is, which is wild, which is, like, so cool. It just needs a little bit more love. All right, what are we looking at? This should be... Nope. Those should be here. That should be up there. I think I messed something up. I'm not sure what just happened. This should be here. Okay. And then we're going to grab all of you, all of you, all of you. I see what I did. I broke it. As I am wont to do, I broke it. Also, this guy got super broken somehow. What happened to you? Why is there no face here? Let's join them. Let's do a face. And then we'll connect all of the pieces together. Something weird happened. There we go. What do you mean you can't connect these two faces together? Yeah, it's the easiest thing on earth. What are you talking about? There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. And I just need to realign this little center guy, and then we'll be back to where we were. There we go. Yeah, back to normal. So let's realign that center point. In fact, I might like it to be up with them. I would not hate them being together like that. We'll put on our reference image. So yeah, that looks fine. Cool. So now there is a face here. Indeed there is. We're going to go ahead and extract it down. And extract it down one more time. And let's get going. So you get moved into this position. You two are going to be moved to the center line, and you're going to be moved there, I think. And we'll merge all of this together. There we go. That's a heart. If we come off of it, we got the heart. Done. So now let's do this little jagged edge right here, and then that might do it for us today. And then I'll get on that chain. All right, this is weird. Why does it look so strange? Something weird happened. Okay, I'm not gonna stress about this right now. In fact, even better, I can go ahead and just do two little subdivisions. And I can slide them. Where we go? Slide. Up there. Right? All's well? Nothing weird's happened? And there should be another one, and I can slide you up to position. Yeah, no problem. We'll slide you down. Now comes the weird part. This is the part that is always so difficult to do. Actually, yeah, this part's very hard to look at. That's why it's so aggro. Oh, man. I hate the overlap. Overlapping is very tough to deal with. Okay, so we want to go ahead and just get it nice and fine. Oh, man, this is tough. I think I need to do... I think I have to do a loop cut. There's no way around it. How am I going to do anything other than a loop cut on this thing? Yeah, I've like botched this. Sure, we'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah. That works. Okay. And then I'm gonna grab you and slide you down. This vertex needs to be matched with you. I understand that there's a little bit of a tilt to this, and that's why the vertices are not matching up in orthographic view. I'm gonna try and just move past that. I'm gonna see if I can't like artificially flatten this thing from perspective. That could be a terrible idea. That's probably a very bad artistic choice. But I'm just worried about it like really falling apart in our hands. Also, this looks ugly. Let's just get rid of that face. And reconnect you there. Reconnect you. And connect you. Get rid of the reference. Do the same thing here. You know what Blender really needs? Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. This might be it. What is this? This like half view between wireframe and the normal mode. There should just be a slider, and it should be based on depth from camera. And if you maximize it, it's just wireframe. And if you turn it to 0, it's just this. And like, no need for this anymore. Obviously, that's not going to happen because who am I to determine what Blender should have? But that would do it for me. That would solve all my worldly problems. Okay, so we have this. Oh, I have a brand new... Okay, I got a way of doing this. What if we poke this? Ayo. Hello. Lore. Can I call you Lore? Look at that. Look at that. That like really solves this problem, doesn't it? All right, I want to orthographic. And we want to cut these two faces out. And okay, brand new way of doing that. Good. I said I would learn a new way to do it. We've learned a new way to do it. Very good. That's what you like to see. Now, we're going to just do the exact same thing as the first one. So I'm going to fill you. I'm going to extrude and extrude. And we'll come back to view. And we'll do this. And we'll do a wireframe. And we will merge at center. And bring you into position. Go. All right, so now we should have relatively the shape that we want, which is wild. I can't believe we are here at this point. Should be about there. And about there. Perfect. Cool. So last but not least, we'll go ahead and slim it into an actual usable blade. Right. If anything, we want this to also be slimmed down just a bit. Look at that. Oh, that looks very clean. Looks simple and clean, if you will. Okay, so I can crunch these guys in just a little bit. And we're in. All right. So that is where we're at. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Not that I had any reason to believe that it would be easy. But, I mean, like, it's obvious what it is. Unless you haven't played Kingdom Hearts. Like, it's very clear what it is. And that's as good as I can hope for right now. So, next time, we got to finish the Angel Wings. And this little flare down here, which I didn't even start on. I might skip the chain. Not sure about the chain. And then we got to texture it. Oh, and we got to bevel it. We got to bevel a lot of it. And I got to do very smart beveling, which... good luck, I guess. So... let's go ahead and do the last part of this. Which... ooh, this is going to be rough. You know, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, we should just be duplicating the chains. I just don't know what the chains are going to look like yet. So just for the sake of learning, let's do the chains. So I'm going to go into UV. We're going to go to right ring. Object mode. Right ring. And I'm going to go into edit mode. And it looks like it cleanly just works. Cool. So for the sake of our UV, can I do a little bit of painting on here? I just want to know which one that is, which that's annotation's not going to work. So I need to go into texture paint. Texture painting is always such a tragedy for me. Come on. Let's go ahead into shader view real quick. The world will be fixed to, it doesn't matter, Highlands. Now we'll go back into UV. Missing materials. Okay, so I got to put a material on it first. So we'll go back to shader. We'll go to object. I will go to object, grab you, put a material on you. Now, theoretically, now that it has a material, I should be able to draw on it. No. All right, well, that's all right. Path tracing sample. Why are we... yeah, why was it rendering? It didn't need to render. Oh. I see. It was doing 24 paths of rendering. I understand. I probably want to lower my rendering paths to like 15, but that's for another day. Cool. So I'm going to go into edit mode. We have a single vertice. Or a single chain, I should say. I don't know what I meant by vertice. And I am going to export UV as leftrings.png. Okay? So I am going to go edit it real quick. Okay, so we can get off of this. We can save. And let's go ahead and open up Krita. And give this a shot. Looks like my webcam hasn't frozen, and it looks like my mic is at least behaving itself to some degree. So, good work. Alright, so I'm going to open up our model here, and I see the PNG for us. I'll go ahead and bring that in. Oh, what? There we go. We got it. Cool. So let's go ahead and just jump on in here. So I should have an instance and it should auto load. It does. Hey. Cool. So here is my thought. I am going to grab... I don't love the way all of this looks, but sure. So I'm going to start by just doing some red. In fact, I'm going to go one step further, and I'm going to grab all of this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Okay, it wants to be a little annoying, so we'll go ahead and smart grab everything with like a 17 fuzziness. Oh, you're going to be really annoying, aren't you? Okay, so we want like a 20 fuzziness. You're just going to grab the whole image, aren't you? Wow, that's very frustrating. This is very... Why are you doing this? So if I get rid of you and bring you back, how much of you is left? Nothing? Very good. Cool. Okay, so we're back to square one. I'm going to go ahead and clear out all of this. And I'm used to rotating in Blender. There we go. And I'm going to just paint some colors. A little bit of red. A little bit of blue. A little bit of green. A little bit of yellow, right? And we'll put a little bit of purple in the middle just for the sake of seeing it all. And we're going to figure out where everything is. So I'm going to export as left rings. Oh, let me go ahead and throw my vertices back on top of there. There we go. Export you as left rings. Yep. Yep. And we're back into Blender. So, I should be able to open leftrings.png. Right? I should be able to go into edit mode. And I'm here. And I should be able to... should be able to render it. Okay, so... we want to go to shader real quick. And I want to add an image texture, even though it's already ported in correctly. That seems weird to me. And if I go back to my UV, yeah, we're here. Cool. So if I go to face selection, Or if I do it over here. There we go. Right, so now I have the ability to edit stuff cleanly. Okay, so it's looking like purple. Everything in the center is here, and everything on the edge is the bottom, right? Like all of this is the bottom. Cool. So I'm going to do a gold to silver gradient. That is the goal. So let's save it really quickly, and let's come back to Krita. Also, real quick, do we see the lines? We do see the lines. So I want to get rid of these lines. That's just for us to see. That's for us to really get in here. Cool. So let's go ahead and look at some gradients real quick. We'll make a gradient ourselves. I'm going to go ahead and grab a goldy color. And then we'll grab like a silvery color. It's got to be on the bluer end of the spectrum. Probably like a blue-green. Very, very cool. That'll work. That gold actually could do with a little bit more on the yellow. We'll say like that's gold. Okay. Actually I want it a little bit more, yeah, neutral. Cool. Let's go ahead and do a gradient from these guys, foreground to background, and the gradient needs to be radial. Perfect. I don't want the radial to go all the way to the edge because I don't want to have any clipping on the texture. So we'll say that looks about right. And I'm going to export again without the grid on top. And we should have a chain. All right, let's try it. So we're here. Let's open the image again. Okay, so we're here, and I have to go to shader. I kind of wish it did that automatically. I wonder why it doesn't. There must be like a technical reason why it doesn't do it automatically. Look at that. Yep, a little gold to silver. And it's right where we want it. It looks great. Cool. So let's go to shader. Let's cut it. Let's add a glossy. I'm going to look at it from rendered view. And we're going to get it extremely reflective. And it still has the lines on top, which I don't love. Oh, that's just from edit. Hey, okay, cool. Wow, look at that. That's so nice. Cool. We're gonna do the other one. Exact same material, and it should be reversed, right? The gold should be at the bottom. It is, yeah. That works really well. Cool. So this, I really understand why people would use the principled BSDF at this point. Like, I totally get it. So I think we're just like, we're about to hit material mecca. We just need to work on our speed. The speed of our modeling is a little disgusting right now. It's like way too slow. But we definitely have the like idea. And I can live with that like maybe for right now. Okay, so got a little bit of randomness, 40, and I want it to be shaped a little differently. There we go, that works. Let's do like 0.3. No. We want like 0.4. There we go. I think I like it clean. That's a little too messy for me. Let's, oh, and I see we still have stars. Yeah, I don't love that. Okay, never mind. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and throw on a noise. And we'll just turn the noise way down. So the scale is going to be like tiny. It's going to be very smooth. Detail. All right. You know what? Clean it is. We like our guys clean. Eventually, I'm going to learn a little bit more of the vector math for all this stuff. And I'll be able to put like a Musgrave, but only on certain portions. Which actually, I think I just figured out how to do that. This is it. It's a never-ending rabbit hole with me. Okay, so we got a Musgrave. And then what I do is I put a noise onto it. What? That's not at all what I wanted. Okay, never mind. No, we're just going to go smooth for now. Smooth looks better. Cool. So I'm going to call it there. Normally the stream would go on for a little bit longer, but I just have a bit of work to do. And honestly, I'm kind of exhausted. This was a hard sketch to do. So I'm going to be back at 7 o'clock tonight, 2 hours from now. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I should say. And we're going to be doing a bunch of random games with 2 of our buds. So yeah, look forward to it. It's going to be pretty wild, pretty crazy. But in the meantime, have fun with a little bit of Oathkeeper up in here. And I'm going to make sure I frame a nice little image for the YouTube video, because that's something I kept forgetting to do. So, cool. Hopefully we'll finish this on Tuesday. If not, it'll be a whole week project, and it wasn't supposed to be. Oh well. But yeah. See ya when I see ya. Peace.